Waheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Waheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Welcome to another segment of Coach Gurbani's a-sabad-a-day. The recitation continues from Asa Mahalla Pehla, and the recitation for today. आसा महला पहला क्या जंगल ढूंढी जाए मैं घर बन हरियावला सच टिके कर आए सब दी उतावला जै देखा तै सोए अवर न जानिए गुर की कार कमाए महल पछानिए आप मिलावे सच ਤਾਂ ਮਨ ਭਾਵਈ ਆਪ ਮਿਲਾਵੇ ਸੱਚ ਤਾਂ ਮਨ ਭਾਵਈ ਚੱਲੇ ਸਦਾ ਰਜਾਏ ਅੰਕ ਸਮਾਵਈ ਸੱਚਾ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਨ ਵਸੈ ਵਸਿਆ ਮਨ ਸੋਏ ਆਪੇ ਦੇ ਵਡਿਆਈਆਂ ਦੇ ਤੋਟ ਨ ਕੋ ਹੋਏ ਅਬੇ ਤੱਬੇ ਕੀ ਚਾਕਰੀ क्यों दरगह पावे पत्थर की बेड़ी जे चढ़े पर नाल बुढ़ावे आपनड़ा मन वेचिए सिर दीचे नाले गुरमुख वस्त पछाणिए अपना घर पाले जम्मन मरना आखिए तिल करते किया आप गवाया मर रहे फिर मरण न थिया साई कार कमावनी तुर की फरमाई जे मन सतगुर दे मिले किन कीमत पाई रत्ना पारख सोधनी तिन कीमत पाई नानक ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਨ ਵਸੈ ਸੱਚੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ ਰਤਨਾ ਪਾਰਖ ਸੋਧਣੀ ਤਿਨ ਕੀਮਤ ਪਾਈ ਨਾਨਕ ਸਾਹਿਬ ਮਨ ਵਸੈ ਸੱਚੀ ਵਡਿਆਈ So the passage begins with a sort of question. क्या जंगल ढूंढी जाए मैं घर बन हरियावला Why should I go searching in the woods when my own home, within my own home, is the greenery that I'm looking for. Within myself is what I am really seeking, that you are seeking by going to the jungle. So kya jangal ढूंढी जाए मैं कर बन हरियावला. Ban, the very forest that you're looking for is within. Sach tike kar aaye sabd utavla. Sach tike kar aaye. Such has a dual connotation. It refers to the truth. It also means to collect. And I read it as meaning collect the mind. Such tik jana, to become stable. When the mind becomes stable, because if you recall, Guruji has been talking about quietening, stilling the mind in the adjacent passages. So it seems to me that that theme continues. So when he says such tikka, that means when you collect the mind, kar aaye sabad utavala. So you collect the mind, you engage with the sabad of the Guru, the message of the Guru or the teachings of the Guru, utavala. Then it quickens the pace of your development. You see? So all of these things have to come together. And then in the Rahau, Jeh dekha teh soi avar na janiye गुर की कार कमाए महल पछाणिया जह देखा तह सोए. So wherever I look, there I see that one. Soy avar na janiye. There is no other. Gur ki कार कमाए महल पछाणिए. Gur ki कार कमाए. Car is work, action, function. Gur ki कार कमाए. In other words, you have to activate the function of the gur. Gur ki कार कमाए. So activate the gur within, mahal pashaniye, within the body-mind complex, you will begin to recognize the presence of the self. Aap milave sach tam mane pavai challe sada rajaye ank samavai. Now, here is an important point. Aap milave sach. The self motivates, initiates the union with reality. Aap milave sach tam man pavai. Then the mind is filled with feeling of love. Chale sada rajaye ank samavai. It then comes into harmony with hukum. Or you could say when the mind comes into harmony with hukum, the self initiates the union, whichever way you want to look at it. Chale sada rajaye ank samavai. So you have to stand in the will of the self. You have to, the mind will come alive. It's vivified when the self brings about this union. Sacha Sahib man vase, vasya man soy. Ape de vadiyaiyan, de tot na hoy. Sacha Sahib man vase. When the self comes to abide within, in other words, when that consciousness that we have it expands itself, then the mind, vasya man soy, the mind becomes steady. This works both ways. It is not an either or a sequential development. All of this happens together. Ape de vadiyai, de tot na hoy. De vadiyai, gift. Grace is a gift into transcendental consciousness that the self grants us. That is why we require self-effort, but it has to be accompanied by grace. De vadiyai. Vadiyai, greatness. Vadiyai really means that it grants you naam, self-knowledge, and that is the greatest gift that you can get. Abbe tabbe ki chakari kyon dargah paave. I mean, the Guru is saying, how can you attain dargah, to that consciousness, by just following any old path? You can't. You can't do that by serving any Tom, Dick and Harry, as it implies. Abbe tabbe ki chakari. Patthar ki bedi je chade, par naal budave. Well, if you get on, the analogy is if you get on a boat with stones in it, guess what's going to happen? You're going to drown. The point the Guru is making is Guru wisdom. That primal wisdom is what you have to catch on to. ਆਪਣੜਾ ਮਨ ਵੇਚੀਐ ਸਿਰ ਦੀਜੇ ਨਾਲ ਗੁਰਮੁਖ ਵਸਤ ਪਛਾਣੀਐ ਆਪਣਾ ਘਰ ਭਾਲੈ ਆਪਣੜਾ ਮਨ ਵੇਚੀਐ. You have to submit yourself. In other words, you have to give over your conditioning, your way of looking at things to the Guru. Gurmukh vast pachaniye, through the teachings of the Guru, through Guru wisdom. Look at the world through the lens of Guru wisdom. Gurmukh vast pachaniye. Vast is that substance within you. That is within you. Karpale. Look for it within. Jamman marna akiya tin karte kiya. Jamman marna akhiya. This talk about coming and going, birth and death. Tin karte kiya. The Creator decides all of that. This is the Creator's show. Aap gavaya mar rahe, fir maran na thiya. Aap gavaya. If you lose, relinquish the sense of self, then you won't be troubled, or in other words, the illusion of finitude will then leave you. It is because you are trapped in this ego, which is limited, that you see things that way. Sai kar kamavani turki furmai. Sai kar kamavani. The work that has been enjoined upon us, Sai kar kamavani, Sai is the master, Turki Farmai. This is ordained by the Creator. Je man Satgur de mila kin qimat pai. When you meet the true enlightener, surrender yourself unto him. Ratna park sotani tin qimat pai. Ratna park. The Satgur is the assayer of the mind. And he is the one that will give you a sense of the value. Nanak Sahib man vasai sachi vadiyai. Nanak Sahib man vasai. True is the glory of that person in whose heart the Master comes to dwell. In other words, one who breaks through the illusion of finitude and acquires a cosmic perspective on things. Glory unto him, says Nanak. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh.